Hi, this is Deborah Dachinger with the Dare to Dream radio show. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we have a lot to cover in our inspiration opening, so stay with us. We'll have a great interview coming up with someone who's very successful in living the life of their dreams. So let's start with this. A couple of listener comments, and thank you always for calling, emailing. If you'd like to check us out, we're at DeborahDachinger.com, DeborahDachinger.com, or go to our Facebook page, which is a fan book at Dare to Dream Radio and TV Interviews. Listener comments. Linda, Diane Taylor, who's an artist, wrote, after listening to your show for a very short time, I feel inspired. I know I can do it. I love art, and she's pursuing it. She knows she's going to rise. Thank you, thank you. You have no idea how much your show inspired me. Blessings to you. You can go to her website at www.taylyn.com. Dallas Woodburn. Dear Deborah, I love your Dare to Dream show. I'm a 22-year-old recent graduate of USC, author of 2 collections of short stories, more than 80 articles and publications. Keep up the great work. Best wishes and fight on. Woo-hoo. I'm an alumni. Yay, Dallas. Lynn Ringuet, it looks like a French name, wrote, just watched a video of yours posted on Facebook. Loved your energy, all you had to say. I believe what you say about dreams and being prepared. You've got a great voice. You remind me of home. Thank you. That's a beautiful compliment. We heard from someone from another country, Natasha Tvornik. I love to hear people share about dreams. I remember generously tipping once a taxi driver in Mauritius because he had a dream. I think we are way limited with the things we think we know are doable or not. I agree with you, Natasha. And last, John Lee Hooker Jr., the great and legendary bluesman, modern-day bluesman, emailed me. Thanks so much, dear kind friend. It was a pleasure talking with you. You are a consummate professional, and what a joy it was. You really made me feel relaxed. I interviewed him. All the best and great health and life to you, John Lee. And today, I want to talk to you about someone who had an impact on my life, actually in an interesting way. There is somebody who recently passed away at the beginning of June, and I feel really sad about it. You have heard about him, perhaps, Coach John Wooden. I work out at the UCLA gym, where Coach John is infamous for having been the UCLA basketball coach. And I always look up at the wall and see the pyramid of success up there. And then I've seen a couple of quotes of his, and one day I said, who is this guy? What am I missing? Well, I haven't been a huge basketball sports fan most of my life. Excuse me to those who are. I am now. I'm getting into it, actually. And those sayings really made me realize this was a very high-caliber special person. So the bottom line is, I contacted his people. They contacted me. My timing wasn't great because, most unfortunately, by the time I got to him, we started to proceed to get him on the show, and then I heard from them he couldn't do interviews at this time, and as soon as I heard that, I thought, I bet his health is failing. Sure enough, here we are, just a couple months later, and he died at 99. But I want to share him with you. For those of you who know him or those of you who don't, this is an incredibly inspirational man with a lot of great books out. He was the American basketball coach, really, really beloved and known. First ever to be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame as both a player and a coach. His 10 NCAA national championships in a 12-year period while at UCLA, which is amazing, is unmatched in college history. His story is incredible. When he was young and wanted to be a basketball coach at a college, he was offered a job. He applied at both Minnesota and UCLA. He desperately wanted to teach at Minnesota. Minnesota said, we promise to get back to you by 5 p.m. tonight with our answer. At the same time, he had also had an interview at UCLA. Well, 5 p.m. came and went, and he didn't hear from Minnesota. And he was very sad. And UCLA said, we would like to offer you the job. They shook on it. They agreed. Well, a few minutes later, the phone rang, and it was Minnesota. And they said, we're so sorry. We had a terrible snowstorm, and all the lines were down. We couldn't call you. And he said, oh, my God, I just accepted the job at UCLA. They said, please, please, what can we do to get you to come here? And he said, you can't. And this is the kind of man he was. You can't. I shook on it. I am a man of my word. I'm going to UCLA. And you know, fate intervened because no dynasty in college basketball history ever compares to the monster that Coach John Wooden created. He taught us so much. Bill Walton, who was a 3-time UCLA All-American Center, said, Coach Wooden taught us how to focus on one primary objective. Be the best in whatever endeavor you undertake. Don't worry about the score. Don't worry about the image. Don't worry about the opponent. Coach Wooden's father gave he and his brothers these cards, and on it he wrote what he called the 2 sets of 3s, and he said, boys, I want you to follow this all your life. And Coach Wooden did. 1, never lie. 2, never cheat. 3, never steal. And on the next card he wrote 1, don't whine. 2, don't complain. And 3, don't make excuses. He always carried with him a copy of the 7-point creed from his father saying, be true to yourself, make each day a masterpiece. Help others. Drink deeply from good books, including the Good Book. Make friendship a fine art. Build a shelter against a rainy day. Pray for guidance and give thanks for your blessings every day. Most amazingly, Coach Wooden met his wife, Nellie Riley, in 1926. He married her in 1932. They were married their entire life until she died. I'm going to get teary. And she died 18 years before he did. And, you know, he remained devoted to her. Decades after her death, he kept a monthly ritual. And on the 21st, he visited her grave, he wrote a love letter to her, and then he put it on the pillow where she had slept with a stack of other letters. Ah, amazing. So here's some quotes from John. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Although I wanted my players to win, I tried to convince them they had always won when they had done their best. Consider the rights of others before your own feelings, and the feelings of others before your own rights. Do check out his famous Pyramid of Success. It's amazing. If you follow that Pyramid of Success, and you can Google it and pull it up for free, you will be successful. Coach Wooden said, success is a peace of mind which is a direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to become the best of which you are capable. He told us that good values attract good people, that love is the most powerful 4-letter word. This guy was a basketball coach. He said, call yourself a teacher. Emotion is your enemy. It takes 10 hands to make a basket. In other words, create a team in your life. Little things make big things happen. Make each day your masterpiece. The carrot is mightier than the stick. Make greatness attainable by all. Seek significant change. Don't look at the scoreboard. And adversity is your asset. Coach John Wooden died June 2010 at the ripe old age of 99. And I think he stayed with us for that long, 99 years, because he had so much to teach us. He was active, involved, up until the very end of his life. I, for one, am very sad I didn't have the honor of interviewing him, but so glad that his life and his words on the wall of the gym where I work out inspired me to find out much more about him and to read his books and to know that someone walked the planet and gave so much during his life and taught us so much. I hope you'll tune in again to Dare to Dream. This is, as you can see, very joyful for me because I learn from masters like Coach John Wooden. May he inspire us all.